Welcome to Nutrition 102. In this training, we're going to cover understanding the metabolism, total daily energy expenditure, basal metabolic rate, the thermic effect of food, activity thermogenesis, which is comprised of non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and exercise activity thermogenesis. So let's get into it here. So metabolism is the chemical reactions in the body that convert the food that you eat into energy. And understanding how the metabolism works is really important for understanding how you're going to reach your fitness goals. And the various factors that make up a person's metabolism are going to determine whether an individual is in a calorie deficit, a maintenance, or a surplus. So, what are the factors that determine your metabolism? Well, the four primary ones are age, and here, the older you are, the less calories you burn. Gender, males burn more calories than females. Body size, as you can imagine, a larger body burns more calories than a smaller body. Physical activity. So the more that you move, the more calories you burn. So total daily energy expenditure is an estimation of how many calories are burned each day by your body. It determines how many calories you should eat to lose weight or gain weight, or of course, maintain and stay the same. So total daily energy expenditure is found by adding your basal metabolic rate, which is BMR, which is 70% of the calories that you burn each day, into the thermic effect of food, which is TEF or TEF, which accounts for 10% of the calories that you burn each day, and AT or activity thermogenesis, which accounts for 20% of what you burn each day. And again, activity thermogenesis is comprised of the exercise activity thermogenesis, which is 5% of what you burn each day, and the non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which accounts for the 15% that you burn each day. This is kind of a nice visual of how the total daily energy expenditure is broken down. So here you can see we've got the exercise activity thermogenesis, that 5% for the exercise that we do, up at the top. Then we've got the thermic effect of food, which is 10% of those calories burned. And then we've got 15%, which is the non-exercise activity thermogenesis here. And then, of course, 70% of the calories that you burn is just your basal metabolic rate. So let's kind of talk about this further to get a better understanding here. So basal metabolic rate is how many calories are burned by a person in one day just at rest. It's the minimum amount of calories that your body needs to just perform basic functions to survive. So that's like breathing, moving blood, organ functions, and it doesn't include eating or digestion. So a way to think about it is just imagine waking up in the morning, not moving, laying in bed all day without moving, and then going back to sleep that night. So however many calories you burn through that period is your basal metabolic rate. Then we've got the thermic effect of food, which is basically how many total calories are burned from just the activities of eating and digesting food. And energy is required to break down and digest the food that you eat. You'd be surprised. Because remember, energy equals calories. And we burn calories while digesting food. So in this example here, we've got fats, carbs, and protein. And so, for example, with fats, when you eat 100 calories worth of fat, 5 calories are used to digest it, which means your net consumption when you eat fat is 95 calories. And then when you eat 100 calories worth of a carb or carbohydrate, 10 calories are used to digest that 100 calories of carbohydrate. So your net consumption is 90 calories. And then if you eat 100 calories worth of protein, 30 calories are used to digest the protein, which means a net consumption of 70 calories is achieved. And that's why we focus on eating more protein and less of fats and carbs when we're trying to lose weight, because we can burn more calories by digesting the protein. And of course, it's important for your muscle maintenance and also building muscle. Moving on from that, activity thermogenesis is how many total calories are burned from movement. And like we talked about before, there are two categories here. So we've got exercise activity thermogenesis, which is movement directly related to intentional exercise. So that's your workout, like lifting weights, doing cycling, boxing, whatever it may be. And for example, just for kind of perspective here, a 1 hour workout is only 4% of your day if we just divide that 1 hour by 24 hours in a day. Then we've got the non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So this is movement that is not related to the intentional exercise that you might do. That's like just standing here like I am, walking, even fidgeting. And that's the rest of your day, really. It's the 23 hours that you're not working out, if you're working out in a given day. So let's put this all together here. This is a nice example. So here we've got that nice graph again, and in this example, we've got a total daily energy expenditure of 2,000 calories. We can see here, if we're burning 2,000 calories total for the entire day with all that we're doing, the basal metabolic rate is 70% of that, which means 1,400 calories are needed just for your basal metabolic rate to maintain your basic body functions. Then we've got 15% of those calories in that given day going towards your activity thermogenesis, specifically your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is 300 calories of that total 2,000. And then we have to consider the thermic effect of food, which is 10% of the total calories burned in that given day, which means we are burning 200 calories just from the thermic effect of food from eating and digesting food. And lastly, we've got the exercise activity thermogenesis, which is 5% of those calories burned in a given day. So in this example, that is 100 calories for the exercise. So hopefully this is helpful to you. If you have questions, just shoot me a message and let me know.